We really are making major progress on Matt Armstrong's BMW E24. Now in the previous video, we welded all of this section here and got it all buttoned up, and we also cut this front section out here. In this episode, we're going to continue on this front section. Right, so as I mentioned in the previous episode, we cut this section out here, which that went in there. We cut this section out here, which we need to refabricate this, and this goes on the top. And then we also cut this section out here as well, and this goes just in here. Now, this is actually good, except for a couple of edges which I do need to refabricate and weld back on so I can reuse this. Now, I think the plan is to continue cutting this section out here and to tidy up all this, and then to cut this bottom section off here, and then start refabricating this panel, and then I can go onto this panel, and then I can go onto this panel, and then I can go onto this panel, and then this panel. There appears to be a common theme on this car where I cut rust out, but then I have to keep cutting more rust out because I find more rust. Now, I've got all this section out, and I do want to start refabricating this little corner L section here, which goes on here. So I'll start by doing that, and then that'll give me a nice line to obviously refabricate this piece. Right, we are starting to get somewhere. Now, I've fabricated this piece up here. I still need to put this small bracket on, but I can do that once I get the wing on. I fabricated a bit down here and this bottom section here as well. Now it comes to probably the most difficult part, which is this section that goes on the side. Now, I've sort of lost my reference points because I ended up cutting them all out, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to take reference from the other side. And this is far worse than the other side was. So I'm gonna start by getting a template from the other side, make a couple of reference points, and then I can obviously use this as a reference here, and then this bottom section here, and attempt to make this panel. Look at this. Now, fabricated this piece. This all ties in really nicely. I've done all of my measurements from down here, across here and up here. Made that little bend on there, which looks really, really sweet. Now what I need to do before I weld it in is prime everything that's behind it. Now I've also got a little panel to make on here, which I cut off, which was really rusty. So I can make that there. I can then prime everything, and then I can weld it in just like that. And then we can move on to this big piece here. Right, now all this section is done, now I'm actually going to move on to this. Now, this goes just in there like that, and there is a little bit of repair that I do need to do on this. Most of it is good, it's just these edges that I need to do. So I'm going to clean this up first, and then I'm going to refabricate these edges here, get them welded on, and then I can offer it up in there and get it tacked in place.